So what will you learn from this particular program? In this particular program, you will be discussing about three main globally used softwares, that is Splunk, Wazuh, as well as IBM QRadar, which are employed by implemented by SOC Analyst in day-to-day basis, as well as it's considered as one of the globally used softwares as well. So we'll be having training on that part. Next, we'll be beginning this with this particular training with a very scratch, in the sense even the non-technical individuals also will be able to understand the basics of how this security operations center works, and then we will take it up to a very advanced level as well. And not just that, talking about the simulations. Now talking about security operations centers, we will be giving you a complete real world based scenarios, which will be a simulated setup as well, where you'll be working on exact incidents, what will be shown on what you will be identifying it on a real-time basis. Exactly, you will be replicating the scenarios in a simulated environment, and you will be getting a hands-on as well. So let's get into much detail about the course curriculum. So the course curriculum I'm talking about is the Cyber Fusion. So Cyber Fusion is a combination of multiple domains. This is a training program that we offer here at CyberSapiens. So let's specifically look into the Security Operations Center training program. So in this, first of all, we have divided it into advanced module. So in SOC advanced module, we have nine modules that are covered within the advanced, and in specialization, we have almost 26 modules that are being offered as a part of this training program. So let's also look into the breakdown of these training modules. First of all, the SOC advanced module. Well, as you can see here, these are the concepts that are covered under the advanced module. We will start from a very basic of SOC fundamentals, going forward with understanding what SIEM setup is all about, how it works, and how SOC analysts are dependent on the SIEM solutions. Next, we will talk about the different incidents that can be taken place within the security operations in the entire infrastructure and how SOC deals with it. We'll go with the threat intelligence as to how to work on the threat intel feed and how you can implement it on a real-time analysis. Next, we will detect about how to flag an alert. Also, you can call it as ticketing system, where you will discuss about the security alerts as well as alarms. Then we will get into one specific tool of installation configuration, that is the Splunk. And then we will also look into how we can set up the Splunk. We'll be looking into the Windows device as well as the Linux machines, how you can deploy the agents and how you can get the logs into your particular Splunk environment. So these will be the topics that we'll cover under the advanced module. So let's also have a detailed video about the career profile, how you can build your career in SOC as well. And all these particular topics, what you can see under advanced module, will be offered as a pre-recorded session, for which we'll be also offering you the doubt clearing opportunity, where you can clear your respective doubts here itself. Next, we will get into the breakdown of the specialization module. Well, talking about the specialization module, it has been categorized into two different tools, because this is purely based on the tools. We will offer specialization in three different tools, but first we will have a breakthrough about the first part, that is the live sessions, where we'll be offering you training under Splunk module, Splunk as well as Wazuh. So first we will see on Splunk. So in Splunk, these are the topics that will be covered. We will be having a basic understanding of how to use Splunk basic search queries and the language fundamentals. Going forward, we will also see how we can create the reports and dashboards in Splunk, how to configure the reports on a real-time basis, then pivot usages in Splunk, how to perform index creation, OS log monitoring in Splunk solutions as well, and then a specialized agent called as Splunk Universal Forwarder, which will be used which will be deployed on multiple endpoint devices to fetch the log. We'll be understanding about that. Next, we will go into specific incidents. So we'll be performing log analysis with regarding to firewalls, malware analysis, phishing email, trigger activities will be performed in the analysis part, that is using the Splunk. So these are the topics that are covered under the Splunk. Also, we have one more tool where we'll be offering the specialization. So that is about the Wazuh. So again, in Wazuh, we'll start from a very scratch, that is the introduction to Wazuh and what this is all about. So just to highlight, Wazuh is an open source framework tool that will be that is as good as Splunk, which will be used by security analysts as well. And then we'll be getting into how we can set up the Wazuh on our Linux devices, then how we can configure the rule set, because the rules that are designed in Splunk are manual configuration. So we need to understand how these files have been configured and where we need to edit those aspects as well. Then we will look into how we can detect the vulnerabilities using Splunk, how we can perform compliance auditing, how the file integrity monitoring is done, and how we can detect the malicious file using the VirusTotal, that is integration of VirusTotal API key to the Wazuh SIEM and how we can perform the malware analysis as well. So these are the entire modules that are covered under Splunk as well as Wazuh, which is going to be your live session. Also, not just that, we are going to give it as an additional topic that is considered under specialization module of Splunk, that is the QRadar module. So in QRadar, these are the topics that are covered under QRadar module. So first we will discuss about the QRadar SIEM and how it works, the fundamental concepts of QRadar. Well, this is also one of the globally used softwares across the world. And then we have in the installation setup, how it is going to work and what concepts we will be covering. And then we'll discuss about the threat hunting part in specific to QRadar, how the rules are built, how the exchange blocks are built, and then we will work on the third-party extension. This is an overall setup where you will be getting into detailed aspects of the third-party extensions that can be implemented in the QRadar. And finally, we'll be looking into the dashboard creations of the QRadar module, how we can implement the dashboards, how we can create one, and how we can work on the reports as well. And finally, this is an overall topic which will cover the entire structure of the SOC deployment as well. So just to highlight this particular module, on even though it is a specialization, this will be given as an add-on, so it will be offered as a pre-recorded module. So this is the entire setup of the specialization module and the breakthrough of all the topics that we offer in this particular training program. So that's it. Thank you.